Hello, everyone. So we're still on that movement where it's Ejiro, and it's not just about Ejiro now. It's about the other family members that are looking for their own loved ones that have been held captive by that court, that group called Abbas Heart, and by Josh Solomon, the convener of that group. So we are still on that movement. We are not going back. We are relentless. And so today I want to share with you some other stories of victims of Joy Solomon. People reach out to me to tell me their own story about their own sibling or themselves. This one, somebody reached out to me, our own story. It was just God that saved her that she didn't get that far. In fact, one of the things she said when she called me was that maybe because at that point in her life, she didn't have so much. She was going through a lot. She didn't have money, and she kept saying it whenever she talks to Joy Solomon, more like, she doesn't have money and everything. So maybe Joy Solomon saw a bad market and the rest. But she told me some things, and it gave me some insight into how the group operates and some clues and the rest. So some of them I'm going to share, some of them I would not share. So today I'm going to talk about that story and one other person also that reached out to NHN. So before I go far, I just want to say that this is much more than just Ejiro right now, as I said earlier on. I've decided, I'm going to speak for people like this that have been victims to this particular group or other groups. Sometimes even within the four walls of the church, some people have fallen victim to certain schemes of certain people. And I say, I'm going to be that voice. I'm going to talk about this thing, because the more people know about these things, the more they know their tactics, the more they hear other people's story, the more they are well informed, and the more they know better. Some of you might be knowing this is not just for yourself, but for your sibling. If I know some of the things I know today, if I knew it back then, I probably wouldn't have allowed Ejo go this far. I would have probably done something much more than what we did and everything. So, but because of the way what we know now, we now know the signs. So I'm going to be sharing some signs later, and maybe in this video or the next video, some signs to watch out for, that when you see the signs that your friend or your family member or somebody you know is already demonstrating these symptoms, then know that most likely this person is already in these people's captivity, and it's just a matter of time. You will not be able to reach that person again. So let me just say this also, that funnily, when I put on this shirt today, I remember that I remember the last time we saw Ejiro, when Ejiro came to the office and came to make noise and came to with the other three people, the two ladies and the guys, and they came to the office. And that particular day, why I still remember the shirt, because it was the shirt I was wearing that day. And when we were trying to tell them to leave the office, that wanted to talk to our sister Ejiro alone, and they were insisting they were not leaving, they felt no, it now affects them, because they just didn't want Ejiro to be alone to talk with us. And we said leave. They didn't want to leave, and we called security to take them out. They were still resisting. The security guy was trying to. At that point, I was like, what's all this one? I just stood up, madam, please leave. And actually, I was trying to pull out. Ejiro was pulling me, was like, I should leave our people and all stuff. So during that process, I lost the button that used to be here. If I had to remove the button at this place to put here. And every time I see this shirt, I remember that day before we finally got to the police, and the police dismissed this case, and that was the last time we saw her. And just yesterday, while I was praying in church, it was like God reminded me, and I took my journal and my Bible that I took to church yesterday, and guess what? Ejiro gave me this journal. I had mine when I moved to Abuja, when I just came to Abuja, because I'd always been in Lagos. I just came to Abuja trying to bring my family to Abuja, so I stayed at that place. And for one reason or the other, she just gave me this journal. I think she bought it to use it or so. She just gave me the journal, and she wrote it herself. This is Ejoro's handwriting. If you look here, you see, I don't know if it's going to be turned the right way. You see Ove Daniels, to Ove Daniels from Ejiro Onokpachere. Now, we have different surnames because I changed my own surname from Onokpachere to Daniels, my father's name. I just felt I didn't like this name, the meaning of this name. It means who can use calabash to cook. I just said, I beg, all these idioms. Now, it's not like it's a bad thing, meaning that who can use my head. And by the way, Ejiro, nobody can use your head. Nobody. Just someone, I have a message for you. Anyway, so she wrote from Ejiro, to Ove Daniels from Ejiro Onokpachere. Look at the date here. 8th of July, 2023. She wrote, cheering you on. When I saw this, that yesterday, it was like God reminding me that, Ove, fight for your sister. Fight for your sister. And listen to the Bible. She bought the Bible too and gave it to me. I had my own Bible, but she just felt, Ove, no, let me give you a gift. And you see handwriting here also. She wrote it herself. We didn't know that a day was coming like this. This is it. Ove Daniels, presented to Ove Daniels by Ejiro on the occasion of a new season in Abuja. I just moved to Abuja. Look at the date. 8th of July 2023. Looking back, I realized that it's like God wanted me to be here for such a time as this. And I wish that I knew all this earlier on, because Adrian was quite secretive. She wouldn't tell me some things. I probably wouldn't have allowed to go this far. When I saw this in my Bible and my journal, I said, Adrian, we'll fight for you to the end. And so, Joyce Solomon, I hope you know by now that you've messed with the wrong family. I'm sure you've realized it. You just don't know how to. And know that also that your end has come. The end of all you've been doing. You know already. I'm sure you know already. You're just finding a way. And you know you're not coming out of this. So I'm giving you an option. You come out clean. And let's see what happens. Or you continue this. But I got good news for you. You see what happened to Korah in the Bible, that the ground opened and swallowed her and her family members and everyone that were with her. I'm saying it to you. And I'm saying to every single person that is working with you in pushing what your agenda is and doing everything. It's just a matter of time. The judgment of the Lord is coming upon you. The judgment of the Lord is coming up. We are praying and God has answered. And just know it's just a matter of time. I believe that God is just giving you mercy. But it's just a matter of time. You're coming out of it. And every other person that one way or the other, you know, you have information that would help this whole thing be solved, but you're keeping it because maybe you're scared or maybe you don't want to feel embarrassed or something. It's either you help or be ready to see what happens to you. Just be ready to see what happens to you, because it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Some people have reached out to me that they were part of them. One of the students I'm going to be sharing with you, she was part of them, but she didn't go as far as being part of the Nebaut, but she knew Joyce Solomon and everything. Let me even read her story. Before I even continue, I want to say this, that if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. I just realized that now we need a platform. We need all platforms to talk about this, to make sure that all this stuff is not the first time it has happened. In fact, I didn't even really know things like this happened until it's happened to me. And I realized there are so many people that don't know. So we need to encourage more people to be part of this, more people to know this. So please, if you've not subscribed, please do. Then also share this video and the previous ones I've done. Share them with people. People need to know these things. This is happening around us. Until I began to talk, NHM began to talk, we didn't know that a lot of family members have been suffering this. I'm going to read 2 stories for you. You'll be amazed. Then also, reach out to me if you have a story like this to tell. You've been a victim to this same cult or to another group or something similar. So we can all learn from people's story. We can all learn from people's story. Then talk to people about it. Since this has happened, every time I find myself in any place, I tell people, that's it, beware of this, beware of this, beware of this. Let them know, because a lot of people, they don't know. And by the way, let me also say this, that not everyone that joined this Joyce Solomon's group or that became part of it went there because they were looking for something, like the way we say, they find a way to know loss. Not every one of them. Some of them, they were in a difficult season in their life and they were looking for community. You know, when people are going through tough times, one of the things that help them is a community of people, like-minded, or people that would understand them, feel their pains, people that will encourage them, people that they could lean on their shoulder. So some of these people joined that group for this reason. Some of them, they just wanted a community of people that they could pray together. They could motivate them in pursuing spiritual things. And that's actually the way the group started. I'm going to tell the story. So I just decided to say this so that anyone that comes out to say I was in this group, you don't attack them like, hey, so not all of them joined like they were looking for something or looking for prophecy and the rest. Some of them, of course, but not everyone. Then also tell your pastors about this. So I was talking to one of my pastors, and I realized that he had not even heard, because most pastors don't have time for social media to be checking what's trending and everything. So, but tell them, you have a direct relationship with your pastor or something. Tell them what is happening so they can also educate their members, and also they can lend their voice to this. And also, if they know of someone, they have influence with the government or something like that to wade into this matter, they will. Please do that. Talk to your siblings. And if you have information but you're scared, reach out to me. I'm not going to put out your information. The other stories I've told, I didn't put out the person and everything, because I understand sometimes when people find out certain things, they feel like, what if they come after me and the rest? And but let me also let you know that one of the ways these people operate is by putting you in fear, because they know that when you are afraid, you won't be able to act. The Bible says that they that for us are more than they that are for them. Greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. So let me talk about this person. So this person reached out to me and said she wanted to talk to me about her own experience. And we spoke for a long time. And I just jotted some things. And she said, for example, she knew Joyce Solomon through Another group, they call it HTP, hosting the presence. So I think they used to meet at a place in Oniru in Lagos, called Prayer House Oniru. I think when I was in Lagos, I went to the prayer. The prayer house happens to be like a building, I think like a duplex or so, that somebody put up for free for Christians to come and have meetings. If you just want to pray, you come pray. So it wasn't like it was dedicated to one church or something. It was somebody's own way or somebody's own ministry. Like, okay, this is called prayer house, free. You can come pray at any time. You can come in groups of 5, 10 people, just come pray. You can hold small meetings and rest, all for free. And it was a good one and the rest. So I think this group called Hosting the Presence, they used to meet there and basically just hosting the presence of God and get people to pray and all that. So I think Josh Solomon was part of it. And so this lady was part of it. I think said Josh Solomon was one of the admin, I think. This group, I heard, I'm not too sure, but that they even put up a disclaimer a while ago saying that Josh Solomon, they are cutting every affiliation with Josh Solomon when they realized that a lot of people were talking about her and the rest. So that was how this lady knew about Josh Solomon. But she said, I think at the time, I might not tell the story 100% accurate. You know, when somebody tells something, you now report that thing, you might mix one or two things, but just try to remember as much that I can remember. So he said she later left that group, I think. So, but she now reached out to Josh Solomon because she was in this group. Just continue that fellowship, that friendship, and that was when Josh Solomon told her about our own prayer group called Abbas Heart. Then they were on Telegram. It was just a Telegram prayer group, and they would meet and pray. And even the Thai guy that was in my sister's place that did his own video too was there. She knew the Thai. Thai used to put scriptures every day and stuff like that. I think this was around 2021. So, so she said that. She was going through a lot at that particular time, and so she just needed someone to talk to and the rest. And that was how she started talking to Josh Solomon, and she joined the group and the rest. But one thing she said she noticed about Josh Solomon is that just after a while, just people, you start from reverence, you revere her, like the way we revere our pastors, the way we revere bishops, apostles, like the way apostle would tell, you know, the way Christians revere people, it starts with that kind of reverence. Then later it turns to fear, where you can't speak your mind, where she says this, everybody does it. You know, I don't know if it was one of the previous videos I talked about how one of the times she was, my sister was in a Zoom meeting, in one of those their meetings, and one of my other staff passed by, and she heard the way Josh Solomon was talking, was shouting or insulting a particular person, a guy, in that Zoom meeting, and she heard it, she was like, come on, how can somebody be that condescending to that person? And she felt like, come on, I can't be part of this group. And that was how my sister just felt like, no, Adriel, if you want to bring me to this group, I will not. I'm talking about my other sister, not Adriel itself. So she overheard that, and she knew that. So when this lady told me this, I corroborated what my sister said, that Josh Solomon was that kind of person, always trying to intimidate people and the rest. Now, she was going through a lot at that time, marital and the rest. Something she said that Josh Solomon told her, and she would talk to you like as if it's a prophecy, that your husband may come and tell you he wants to divorce you because we're having issues at that time. And he said, if your husband comes to tell you that way, indulge him. Meanwhile, tell him that, yes, I'm open to it. And the rest. Imagine somebody saying that to someone that you're meant to be mentoring and the rest. And she said between 2021 and 2023 that she was in relationship with Josh Solomon. When I'm in relationship, we should talk. By the way, she said she never saw Josh Solomon in person, one-on-one, but just calls and the rest. She said during all that period, she lived in fear. And this lady happened to be someone that is very bold, but she lived in fear. I'm going to do maybe this video. I don't want it too long, or maybe next video. I'm going to read signs that we should watch out for. Anyway, I'm going to talk about those signs later. So she said she lived in fear. She also, something she noticed about the group also, that they make you feel special. They'll call you Abbas bride, like Abba, father's wife, Abbas bride, Abbas beloved, Abbas 911, Abbas this. And they make people feel loved just because of what they want to do. I'll talk about those signs later. They make them feel loved, then they begin to manipulate them. And if Josh Solomon began to tell her things like, her mother-in-law was a witch, my brother is this and that, general script, it's like that's the script they use. They always tell you things about your family members so that you will begin to dissociate yourself from family member. I remember when Adriel came to tell us that my mom took her to maybe to the river or something like that when she was small, and we're like, Adriel, for where now? Now let you go remember that kind of thing. All of us grew up, we're 6, for goodness sake. We didn't hear of that story up until now. And how come you're the only one they took you? But then we're telling her, she was saying, you don't understand. We don't know everything. Now there we did today. Anyway, they said at a particular time, Josh Solomon started making herself scarce. So she would just tell them in the group that I'll be away for some time, just to have that God complex, to make them revere. These guys are very good. People like Josh Solomon are very good. They know what to do to make people revere. They know what to do to make people You know, when you're scarce and when you not show up again, everybody, oh, long time. Everybody, she knew all those tactics and everything. And she said something that said when she was surprised when she saw Taye's video. If you know Taye, the one that came out to give his own explanation that was in Adriel's house. When she saw Taye's video and saw that Taye was on dread, that she was shocked that when Taye joined that group, Taye was not on dreads. That's how she turns people's lives. So the guys, they go on dreads. The ladies, they begin to pierce themselves, nose, mouth, everywhere, cut their hair, tint their hair, and I don't understand. Anyway, then she said something that she makes people feel indebted to her. And I believe that's one of the reasons why Adriel is where she feels indebted. And if you notice the video that Adriel did, she talked about the fact that Josh Solomon has done a lot for her, has done a lot for Taye, has done a lot for different people. It was a strategy. So all those giving money was not just because she just loved them, it's to make them feel indebted. These are one of the ways manipulative people do. So watch out for some of those signs. Anyway, she just shared some things and I just felt, okay, let me let you know some of those things. And she said something that truly, and I'm going to say this to people that, and if Adriel, you watch this video or anybody in your group, see, someone that is your friend, someone that means you well, will not isolate you from other people. Why would they isolate you from other people? Because they want to keep you to themselves so that they can be the only one that will manipulate you, so that others will not be there to see the signs and call you to your senses. And that's what they are doing. I wish that Adriel was here today and the other people. I'll tell them, see, think about it. Why is it that she's isolating you guys for herself? How come your family members that you've been with for years, that took care of you, that raised you, and now they are, what's the word now? They are now your enemies as well. Let me read another person's story. I don't want to give some more details about what this person told me, that the person I just shared that story. But along the line, the person said that she didn't join the Nebaot. Nebaot is the academy that she set up to make people pay her to teach them about the Holy Spirit, teach them how to be prophetic and all those other jargons. And they pay her $350. So she said she didn't join that Nebaot. She was just part of the, in quote, the ministry, the Abbas heart and everything. But she left, I think, 2023. She had to send a voice note to Josh Solomon that she was done, that she was leaving Abbas heart. And she sent me the voice note. And when I heard it, it was proof that she left. Unlike some people that are saying that they left the group since. No. You know, some of you know you're lying. You know you're lying. How can you tell us that you left the group since? But meanwhile, and I'm talking to Joyce C. Awoshika, you said you left this group last year, but you were with them to the last meeting. You were with them. The last meeting they had, and Josh Solomon told everybody that the ministry was going on a break, that persecution is coming, she has to go into hiding. You were there. You waited to the end. Now, I would have preferred you had come out to say that you actually wanted to leave. These are your facts, your proof, but you were scared, you stayed, something like that, but not telling us that you left before you left last year. No, December, that was when they disbanded that group. Please. I would have expected that you will come out and help us. If you truly are not with them again, help us, let us get Adriel and all the other family members, all the other people in their captivity. I would expect that you will use your influence from the kind of family you come from to see how we can, not to be in hiding, not to be protecting your family name or something like that. There are people's lives at stake. Other family, they are grieving. Other people's mothers are. I believe you will do the right thing. I really believe in you, and I really believe you will do the right thing. I believe you're a Christian. I believe that you are connected to people like Pastor Ibukun Awoshika that I trust, and I revere, I honor, and I believe that you're well from an established family. They will do the right thing. I believe that your family would use their influence to help. I'm hoping they will. Let's put all this thing behind. We don't need to fight ourselves. We don't need to call each other names. Some of you I know joined because you just wanted to know God better and everything, and things like this happen. We're not saying that you are the person that did this, but we're saying that you're part of it. We're saying that Joyce Solomon used your influence to bring people. You advertised for her by doing a video and the rest. Now you owe us more than just that, whatever you put up on your page, that disclaimer. Let me just move on. Let me read the other person's story. So this person sent this to NHN. NHN sent it to me. He said, I've been seeing your post on Adriel. I believe that God will release her by his power. We have been looking for my sister too for 3 years now. A top bank executive in Lagos. She just stopped talking to everyone, including our parents. They even went searching for her at work, but she refused to see them. Security confirmed she was in. Said this was like 2 years ago. You can say the family members even went to her workplace, but she refused. And they said this was a top executive at a bank in Lagos. Said this was like 2 years ago. Since then, she's been nowhere to be found. We worry a lot about her. She has a son. I believe her husband left her because we learned he's relocated with another woman. We are so in the dark and I've just been praying. Her name is Gbemi. Seeing the old barrage of videos and evidence shared online about this cult, we believe she's a victim. Timeline matches and MO issues exactly the same. She's a tall, beautiful, and strong lady, always chasing after prophets. Shake my head. That's another sign you should watch out for. People that are always chasing after prophets. Please add that to your prayers and your searches. It's giving me sleepless nights and panic attacks. Our old parents and 5 siblings miss her. The same story. Families are being affected because of this person. So guys, please, let us keep bringing out the stories. Keep reaching out to me. Tell me your story. Reach out to NHN. Let's keep putting this out until we bring down this cult. Until we bring them down. They are giving Christianity a bad name. They are tearing families apart. They are keeping people in bondage. Look at this story of this lady we just talked about. A top executive in the bank as a child. Joy Solomon, what will happen to you? You'll be shocked. So if I were you, do the right thing fast. Family members, I'm talking to you of Joy Solomon. Do the right thing. You know what to do, how you can assist to help find Joy Solomon. Don't say it's not your business. It's your business. Do the right thing before the judgment of the Lord comes upon you, that you wish that you had not messed with people's family members. So I'm going to stop this video. As I said at the beginning, please subscribe, share this video to other people. Let them know what is happening. Let them know what is happening. Drop your comment if you know of other people. Let's see what we can do. It's better for us to come together and see what we can do. So thank you very much and God bless you. And I want to thank every other person that has been sharing the video, liking, commenting and everything. God bless you. This fight, we'll fight it to the end. And beyond even age, there are other people. I'm going to do another video where I'll talk about signs to watch out for, because after talking to several people, I began to realize that there are symptoms, there are signs that if we all know, we'll be able to spot it before they get that far. And every one of us needs to know those signs so that we can be aware ourselves and also our people. Teach your people, tell your siblings and everything, tell your church members. Thank you very much and for watching this video. God bless you and bye.